Property Tribes TV is talking tax now, and you may have noticed that recently we started a new tax tribe for tax discussions, and it is powered by Rental Income Tax Advisors, RITA for short, and I'm joined by Michael Wright from RITA. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you.
Now, give us a little bit of a history of Rental Income Tax Advisors first of all.
Okay, well, Rental Income Tax Advisors, which is RITA for short, we've been trading for a long time as part of the Holdings group of companies who've been around for around 20 years. We specialise in landlord taxation. We are the recommended tax advisors of the Residential Landlord Association, who represent over 17,000 UK landlords. We are different to most normal accountants in that we are industry specific to landlords, and on a regular basis we really deal with the questions that matter most to landlords and the issues that they face, such as am I claiming all the expenses that I'm entitled to, can I benefit from my lower earning spouse, and all sorts of questions really to do with that area.
And I think it's so important that you are landlord specific, because as landlords we're looking to maximise our cash flow, and if we can mitigate our tax, that improves our net profit. So it's why we at Property Tribes wanted to partner with RITA, was that we knew that you had that specialist industry specific knowledge.
Yes, and I think the other important aspect that's part of our service is that a lot of other accountants will just prepare your tax return for you once a year. One of the features that we have here at RITA is that we offer a year-round service to our clients. For landlords specifically, that's very important because there are a number of issues that come up throughout the year. Typical examples being they might be thinking about selling a property, and there's exit strategies to consider. And what we would do is sit down with the client and look at their capital gains tax planning, and really make sure that we can mitigate the capital gains tax bill as best as possible. Other examples where clients might come to us throughout the year would be if they were refurbishing the property. They might be interested in understanding before they carry out this refurbishment which costs are going to be allowable on their self-assessment tax return, or which ones are going to be used in the future to reduce their capital gains tax bill. So it's all useful it's useful to stay in touch throughout the year.
Very much, I agree with that. And clearly we're partnering with RITA at a good time, because HMRC actually has landlords in their sights, don't they? There's two issues that they're really focusing on. Could you tell us what those two issues are?
Yeah, the main issue at the moment is the Let Property campaign. What is happening at the moment is a substantial amount of letters are being sent out to landlords, property investors who they are aware of have been receiving rental income and not been declaring it to the Revenue and Customs. This new campaign that's been launched recently is one of the latest in a long line of campaigns. As far as property is concerned, this one has started just after the property sales campaign has finished, which was more focused on undeclared capital gains tax in the past. The news story originally came around about 2008 when they started sending letters out, but much more on a smaller scale. But since this property sales campaign has finished, and with reports of 1 in 3 landlords supposedly evading tax, and coupled with the autumn conference, the Lib Dems conference, when Danny Alexander came out and said that there's £500 million of unpaid tax from landlords. It's really escalated.
It's a hot topic.
It is, yes.
So I think the best thing we can say, and I know you'll share with me in saying this, that if your landlord tax affairs are not in order, it makes sense to actually, rather than be an ostrich, just get it sorted, because if you don't, the penalties can be very significant.
Yes, the penalties can be up to 100%. it's best to come forward to the Revenue and Customs. We've been saying to our clients, it's not a case of if they find you, it's when they find you.
Yeah.
What the Revenue and Customs stance is that if you come to them rather than vice versa, you would benefit from much more favourable terms.
Yeah.
So it is in your interest to come forward. The important thing as well is that it's best to get involved with a professional landlord tax advisors, because it's surprising how many expenses you can claim against your rental income, and where you've been worrying in the past, it might not actually be as bad as you think it is.
Exactly.
And with all the expenses, you may even find that you've made a loss. So it's worth coming forward.
Well, we're really delighted to have you on board, Michael, and thank you for your contributions to the forum. You will see Michael contributing on the Tax Tribe, and you can ask him any questions there. And Rita is also offering Property Tribe's members a free 10-minute consultation, so we'll put the number on the screen now for you. But we're delighted to have partnered with Rita, and thank you very much for being part of the Property Tribe's community.
Thanks very much.